Being a reseller is stressful. You gotta know the drop dates for clothing stores and shoe stores and be able to resell that to your customers at a decent price.
Being a reseller can be a very risky business. You always have to keep your eye on the market. You always have to stay alert on the different obstacles that can come your way.
It's complicated and it's challenging, you know? It's like stocks. You buy low, sell high.
There's a lot of things that incorporate yourself in being a reseller because it's very challenging, strenuous. It's a lot of work and a lot of people don't know about. It's a lot of creativity work that gets involved, and it's really focused on how well you structure yourself as a businessman or a woman.
Resellers exist because it's a way that people can get themselves incorporated into today's business. It's a good way to start making profit, and well, it can act as like a second job for somebody, a different pathway of income other than their first or primary job.
Resellers exist because of the limited quantity items that stores like Supreme sell. Supreme, they'll make something in a limited quantity, and then once people go and they buy everything, it's sold out. They're not making any more. Once they sell out, people go and they buy them in mass quantities, and then they'll sell it to other people who didn't make it to the drop, so then they can make a profit off of that.
Resellers exist because certain companies like to make small amounts of product, which causes higher demand. It's really another form to make money. It's like a side type of business, or it could be a full-time business where, you know, that's how you put food on the table.
Well, they exist because there's a high demand for certain brands, big brands, and well, it's an easy way for us to make money.
They are looked at in a positive way. When people are looking online, let's say for example, to buy a shoe, they can always look for that one specific reseller that they gained a good relationship with because the prices are good.
Resellers are looked at by the community in a good way, I think, because of the fact that they offer people a chance who weren't able to make the drop for those clothes and sneakers that they want, and give them a chance to buy that at a later time.
They're looked at in a lot of different ways. It could be good if you have great prices. It could be bad because people are rip-offs, where they price things $200 over the retail price, like actual companies do. Like Flight Club in New York, they overprice a lot of items, so they're looked at very poorly, but they can also be looked at positively. So it's a very mixed breed of people.
They're looked at in a bad light. People see them to be scams or like really middlemen, and people don't see the need for a middleman in streetwear.
The dangers of being a reseller are that people who don't want to pay that extra money for those limited quantity items, you know, they'll rob you, you know, it's very dangerous. They'll come up and then you just have no choice. You got to give them your stuff or you lose your life, that's it.
The dangers of being a reseller is getting those customers who think that they're getting the wrong product. Many may think that they're getting schemed or even getting fake products, fake shoes, fake clothing, anything like that.
The dangers are really losing money fast and getting mixed in with the wrong people, because they can really bring you down.
A lot of people don't know this, but it's very risky, challenging, and a lot of violence is incorporated into reselling. For example, just a month ago, a close friend of mine was at his sneaker shop that he co-owned. He was 21 years old. Two men barged into the back room of his store with guns, demanding money, and ultimately shot him, and he was killed. So he was killed defending his shoes and the clothing that was in the store, so he was defending what he loves to do. At the end of the day, it's an article of clothing, and to be murdered just for that is just disgusting. So a lot of people don't know how risky and dangerous the world of resellers really are.
The future of reselling, it looks interesting because a lot of the people, the younger resellers that are coming into it now, I feel like they don't really know what they're getting themselves into.
You know, it's a mystery. It's definitely on an uprise. You see more and more people joining the reselling business. I see it growing.
You can grow exponentially, you can decline exponentially, but really it's based on skill and how well you can do it. But in the end, the future of a reseller is really unknown.
The future of reselling is very complicated. A lot of people want the middleman out, and I also hear that productions of sneaker companies like Jordan, Nike, Under Armour, and certain shoe companies like that are actually boosting up the quantity of their shoes so that they can cut out that middleman and cut out that reseller, just because they know how big of a business reselling really is. It's honestly up in the air. I don't know where it's gonna go. No one knows where it's gonna go. So only time will really tell.